Hey guys, so I actually am excited because I got an Amazon delivery. I actually ordered 2 times because I wanted to do like separate payments, but I finally got the Link Amiibos that I wanted. I bought a whole bunch, by the way, it wasn't just one. Yeah. Anyways, excuse me if I do cough in the video. I want to apologize before it even happens because I do have a flu and I'm getting better, but that's why I left work early today because I was actually sick and I was trying to work, but I couldn't do like all of my shift. So I do apologize if I'm doing this and I'm like coughing, but I really wanted to show you guys this package. I will leave a link in the description below if you're interested in purchasing them. However, I will say please be careful when buying these amiibos because apparently there are rarities and there are a lot of scalpers. So yeah. So first off, I would like to say, according to a bunch of stuff that I looked up online, Link is technically not a rare amiibo to get. However, I don't know if there are different versions of him that are potentially seen as super rare, but he's not really supposed to be like a rare character to find. Everywhere I looked where I lived, I couldn't find one. So yes, I ended up paying 30 to 45-ish dollars per piece. So that is a bit much for amiibos in general because of what they do. You can scan them in games and potentially get like some special items like from games and stuff like that. But however, I will admit they're not really much use. And also they're not much use to me either because I don't actually use amiibos. But I bought these more as collectibles than anything else. So yeah, please ignore my brother's ROG ally on the side over here. He's actually downloading something, so I'm keeping it there for him. So yeah, I would recommend double checking who you're buying from and like what price you're paying. I would not pay over $50 Canadian. But yeah, I paid like the most expensive one was around $45 Canadian, and that was it. I did double check each vendor and each thing to make sure that people were getting legit products, and apparently a lot of people bought from these vendors and did get legit products, so that's why I was comfortable buying from them. However, the prices may vary, and you definitely, I think if you buy on eBay, you'll probably see more scalpers. So yeah. So there are rarities when it comes to amiibos, but to be honest, I don't really think it's like, I don't like the idea that there is, but there are rarities. However, Link is apparently not one of them, but I ended up buying a couple of him. So yeah, so this is the Smash Bros. Link. Apparently half of the ones that I purchased are actually Japanese imports, so they're the official Japanese ones. So this one is the Smash Bros. One. I asked my friend which Link this was because there's so many timelines of Links. He said this one for sure is the Twilight Princess version. So there is one Twilight Princess version that I wasn't capable of getting because according to my right now my accommodations are a bit like tricky, so when I'm like trying to buy something, I don't really have like an actual PO box to send stuff to. So when I buy stuff from Amazon, I actually get it sent to the nearest Whole Foods, and they actually have a Amazon box there, and basically you enter in the code and then you can open up the box and your stuff will be in it. I discovered quickly a lot of vendors do not allow their items to be shipped there, especially like for stuff that I'm buying. I think it's out of convenience and location. Also, maybe the fact that for some reason the boxes aren't that big, so it makes sense. Like if it seems like an item that might not be able to fit in there, the vendor will just I think they can label on Amazon whether or not it can actually be shipped to an Amazon box or not. So yeah, there was a Twilight Princess link that was actually the one in the green tunic, but it wasn't this Super Smash ones. But I couldn't get it because it wasn't able to ship to one of the boxes, so I decided to just leave it. So yeah, I ended up not getting that one, but since this one is technically a Twilight Princess, I don't think I'm gonna get another one. So yeah, and yeah, it has the Japanese wording on it, so I believe this is like an import. So this is my first one, and then the next one, I believe this one is more of the American one because there's no Japanese on it. All the Japanese ones that I have, I double checked, they do have Japanese wording on it. So yeah, so this is the Ocarina of Time link, which is a different one. So pretty. I really like this one. Yeah, this one just has English, so I think it's the American version. I think there's like Japanese imports ones, and then there's actual like American ones too. So that one is Ocarina of Time, and this one, I believe it's also an American one because it doesn't have any Japanese. This is the Wolf Link from Twilight Princess. So yeah, this was the only Twilight Princess one that I could actually get, besides the Smash Bros. One, which is the one that I actually wanted because it's the Wolf Link where he can actually turn into a wolf, which is super cute. So I got this one. I love the details and stuff like this. This is just, I feel like this is more affordable, like if you couldn't get a figure for Link. I do have a Jack specific figure, which is only $15, which isn't too bad. It was cheap, but the quality is pretty good. However, I think there is also a Figma of Link, but he's really hard to find. I think he sells out right away, so yeah, this is just better in terms of like collecting like tiny figures. However, Amiibos, like, you have to be careful because some of them are scalped like crazy, so you have to double check who you're actually buying from. And I would definitely not buy like something that's $50 to $100 worth unless maybe it was like a rare one. But for what they do, they don't do so much to the point where it makes sense to pay that much money even if it was a rare one. So I guess it's up to you guys to decide whether or not it's like worth it. So yeah, and the last two, which are the Breath of the Wild ones, which are really cool. I think these are probably the newer ones. I did see a whole bunch of different ones. Like there was a machine one, which was like some sort of robot from the game. Sorry, I actually don't play Legend of Zelda, but maybe in the future I might. But I do like Link as a character, so yeah. But anyways, yeah, I saw a whole bunch of other ones. There was even a 3 or 4 pack of like different characters that were like kind of main side characters to have, but I think it was like super expensive, so I just basically stopped at like, I'm just gonna collect the links that I want and that's it. I'm not gonna like purchase any more. So yeah, this first one is Link with the bow and arrow. It's the archer one, and this one I believe is also a Japanese import too because it does have Japanese on it. This one is so cute. So yeah, this is what the back looks like. I will say it's too bad I don't live like near in Japan, like near a Nintendo store, because apparently these type of things are actually like in stock constantly, like in Nintendo stores, and then like there's so many different characters in stock too. As for here, it's kind of hard to find them, and then sometimes it becomes an issue. Like if you can't find them, you will have to pay more for them. So yeah. But even if I went to like an older game store or like a retro themed game store where they want to sell Nintendo things, even though these aren't really old, I would say, in terms of products, but even if I went to an old store, they would probably also scalp them too for higher prices. So have to be careful where you buy them from. So that's why I didn't think it was worth going to like a small mom and pop shop to figure out like whether or not they sold it, because like there are retro game stores where they do sell amiibos, but sorry, but they probably sell them for way more than what they're actually sold for. So yeah. And then the last one is this one where he is on Epona. It's so pretty. This one, I really wanted this one because it was on Epona. And this one was also a Japanese one too. So yeah, that's it for this video. I know it was kind of a random collection, to be honest, but I really wanted like more Link, so here I am basically with more Link. So I will leave links in the description box below if you want to actually see on Amazon Canada where I purchased it from, because these are legit. These are probably cheaper than if you were to go on eBay, because I don't know like on eBay how much people are selling for it, because all I know is that there's a lot of scalping going on when it comes to amiibos. So yeah, but I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Bye.